American educator, and so she was born Marva Deloise Nettles in Monroeville, Alabama. She was raised in Atmore, Alabama, and and her father had high expectations for her and her sister. Third page. Marva Collins went to college at Clark College, Georgia, where she studied secretarial skills. She taught in Alabama for 2 years, then she moved to Chicago in 1959. There, she worked as a substitute teacher for 14 years. During that time, she met Clarence Collins, her future husband. Also during that time, she found that there were a lot of teachers that were indifferent about teaching. They didn't care that much. And she said that was just creating more welfare recipients. She opened her own school on the second floor of her house. The school was called Westside Preparatory School. Any children with learning disabilities were welcome to Westside, and there were 2 methods primarily used in her school: the Socratic method, which was based on answering students' questions with questions of their own that eventually leads them to the conclusion, and she used another method that was eventually called the Collins method, which centered around English, reading, phonics, she said there were also no dropouts among the former West Side students. Eventually, her house was moved to a location in Chicago's South Side. In 2004, her daughter became the headmaster of the school, and one of her sons, Patrick, was giving teaching seminars all across the U.S. Her method centered around phonics, math, reading, English, and the classics. She saw no reason why her students couldn't read especially those with learning disabilities, couldn't read the classics when other students could. Sadly, though, Westside Preparatory School closed in 2008 due to lack of funding and because enrollment had dropped in recent years. Thank you.
Can we do any questions and answers before we move?
Okay. Yeah. Any questions?
You all have any questions about?
Austin?
How old is she? How old is she?
I think she's somewhere in her 70s. I don't remember the exact age. Any other questions? Okay.
Miles, what are considered the classics? Do you know what?
She was considering like Socrates, and that's the only one that comes to mind right now. Yes, Sophia?
What are phonics?
Sounds of words like PH, TH, S.
Okay.
Also, Miles, you mentioned dropout. You made a comparison that from Westside Preparatory there were no dropouts. Does that mean we could infer that Chicago Public Schools had a high dropout rate?
I'm not sure if they had a high dropout rate, but I'm 99% sure that there were some dropouts.